Okay. I had a bit of trouble getting the stream to start, so I reinstalled my graphic drivers because of some sporadic issues I've been having. But everything seems to be going now, so yeah, let's get started. Hello everyone, this is Sarah Fellon playing Magical Bringer Korona, the movie bonus game, the DanDan Dungeon Daibouken, or Great On and On Dungeon Adventure, roughly. It's a first-person dungeon crawling jRPG style thing, and we have been exploring the 9th floor, which is, well, this is kind of post-game to the real game, and the 9th floor is kind of post-game to the post-game. So if we exit into the dungeon here, you can see, yeah, the 9th floor is divided into 4 quadrants, of which you can only see one on the map at once. The save point is in the southwest quadrant. It's also in the middle section, which is weird, because if you try to leave the middle section, by conventional means you just wrap around to the other side of the middle section. So you have to find warps just to get out and explore the rest of the map. You can see at the bottom there's a field of spinny things, which we accessed from a warp in the northwest quadrant and then warped around on the outside of the map, because the overall map also wraps around. Let's just quickly check character status. Korona is up to level 68, that's pretty good. Yuko level 60, she's her primary healer and best tank, so also good. Niall's a little behind, but she's mostly here to disarm traps. And Noelle's stats are kind of ridiculous, so it doesn't matter that she's a bit behind. There are also other characters I could be using. At present, I'm not, because I want this party in particular. You have to have Korona in your party. I want Niall to disarm traps, because they're all over the place, and especially on treasure chests. No, it's not that tunnel, it's the next one. I want Noelle, both for her high stats and because she can warp back to the save point at any time, in case things start to go badly. And I want Yuka because she is both a tank and a healer. Yeah, 2 damage from some of the strongest attackers on the floor. Of course, she can't inflict much damage, but can't be perfect at everything. Although she may be the closest thing to a perfect character in the entire game. And just from a character building standpoint, in both Korona 1 and Korona 2, she's calm, she's competent, she has Miko magic, which is like the healing and the defensive stuff. She takes care of the place by herself, she cooks, she cleans. She's the best friend Korona could ask for. I mean, everyone has flaws, but Yuka's probably the closest to a flawless character. And of course we have to go through multiple battles just to get to the thing I'm trying to reach. Yeah, that's Nathan. And then the plants are weak against fire, so yes. What? Alright, so out here. The path to the left, I think I determined you can't get to anything from that except the big room that's around the outside of this. It doesn't have anything else in it. I think there was more to explore to the right. Cantonese Crab Kings. And I have no idea why they're called that or what this is a reference to, but that's what they rolled. Punched Yuka in the face. That's, I think, a stepping on thing. Looks like they're damage and status effects, but the status effects are not working. Alright, Yuka has healed herself, we're back to decent health. And there goes that guy. Y'all is gaining level. More health is always welcome. Attack, defense, speed, spirit, luck. Luck is also very good for her because, as I recall, the trap disarming skill or ability depends both on luck and on level. So the higher both of those are, the better. Let's hit those and use Sin of Gluttony on everything. That's magic damage, which the Evil Eyes are weak against. Although one did dodge. It's singing rhythm and blues. Yeah, spirit down. Yeah, it's almost ridiculous how much higher Yuka's defense is than everyone else's. Rhythm and Blues is doing 100 damage to Korona and y'all, around 50 to Noel, and then 2 to Yuka. Yeah, that hurts. And y'all is down. Yeah, let's revive her. And worry about healing later. There we go. And that is why I want Yuka in the party. Alright, so when I first went to this path, I kept going straight ahead, and I think right here is where the edge of the center is. So as soon as you go across this, you're in the center part. If you try to go back, you wrap around to the other side. So this is effectively a one-way passage. Let's see what's down here. If I go that way, it is a one-way passage. You can see from the map that there is a wall there. It's not visible in front of me because it's only solid from the other side. And that's just a little indentation for no apparent reason. Right, we have an exclamation point here. That means there's something of interest. Let's have Yuka queue up some healing. And go for the nuke. The Hellfire of Belzebuth that burns all to ashes. Yeah, those things hurt. Okay, that one's down, and that one's down. Perfect. Okay, there was an invisible teleporter there. Lovely. This 4 does love its mayhem. Alright, let's head back out there, look around in not that exact direction. I do want to see what the exclamation point is, though. That's probably one of those things we need to activate to get to the boss. Alright, summon 72 demons, 4 magic damage on a group, and they do not like that one bit. I'll disarm that trap again. There are monsters through the door again, because there always are. That would be decent against the dragons, but not as good against the magicians because they resist that damage type. But the dragons resist fire. Magicians casting Black Hole. That was the multi-target instant death attack, which I have protection against on everyone because you don't want to get instant death. And there are just too many enemies that use it. Alright, y'all actually managed to hit first. That's not common with those, they're very fast. That's Sin of Gluttony, that's magic damage and everything. Unless they dodge, of course. Okay, that takes them down. And another battle. Go. Y'all open by weakening them a bit. That should take out the evil eyes. One of the dragons dodged, so that one will survive this. The others should go down. Alright, here we go. Let's heal up. And this is just a random encounter. They do not like fire. Blaster counts as fire. They have a draining attack. Okay, so back over here. Yeah, let's just focus on the dragon. And that wasn't enough. There we go. Okay, so it looks like there's a one-way wall into here. These guys. These are known to hurt, and they are resistant to fire, so we'll use Tempest. Which I think Tempest actually has higher damage anyway. Raw damage. Because it's a group instead of all enemies. Those for fast, they hit hard, they have a ton of health. Let's get Korona up to full. Yep, there's a glowing crystal floating here. You touch it, and it breaks. Yep, and there's a teleporter back to here. But I'm pretty sure that is progress, so let's heal, save, and check out the other part of the hallway. Heal first, then save. Okay, down here. Korona can take care of those. Which I think Tempest will take out the dragons, so let's do that. Okay, I'm happy with him hitting Yuka, because Yuka barely takes any damage. So you go over here, go past that trap again. Hope it doesn't go off. Meow has been disarming traps pretty consistently, but there's always a chance. If I get the map erasure trap, I'll probably just load. There's just too much of this floor, and I don't want to have to redo all my exploration just to see where I've been. Armor break, defense down. Danmaku counts as his normal attack. Oh, it is a normal attack, it just says Danmaku. Okay, so back over this way. And there's one more tile in that little room I haven't explored, but I think that's just nothing there. It's just that there are teleporters out in both corners, which there kind of need to be because there's no other way out. Yep, they have a blood-sucking attack. Final drain. Okay, that must be a stronger version of their absorption. Alright, so this time, instead of going into that room, we'll continue down this hallway. If I go forward, I'll be stuck in this area. So we come this way instead and run into monsters, of course. Alright, these, as I recall, hit pretty hard but don't have much health. Oh well, missed. I could use something Tempest-ish. Use something like magic power at no. Use something like magic power at Korona. Okay, 2 down. And no drops. But treasure. Trap disarmed. Neko Mimi. Cat ears. See what these actually do. It's not going to be better than what Korona has. And looks like it has a speed boost. check the item thing. Okay, 10 defense, 6 speed, immune to instant death. Korona, Yuka, Belzebuth, Nevia, and Noelle could use it. So that would actually be more defense for her, but less spirit. And I want her to have the spirit. Y'all cannot use the cat ears, which is interesting because she's a cat. Yeah, I think I'll stick with what I have. Okay, this room is just a room. Okay, we can go back and explore the other side of the hallway. Or I can come in here and fill out the rest of the map. Not really necessary, but it doesn't feel right to leave it incomplete. So we'll just kill these with fire. No need to conserve MP because this will just warp me back to the save point anyway. Y'all gained a level. Noelle gained a level. HP MP, 3 attack, defense, and speed, 4 spirit and luck. And we got another rosary. Okay, so yeah, there's nothing else in here. Yeah, it looks like there's something else you can get to here, but that is the edge of the middle area, so that will just wrap around and goes nowhere. So if I go to either of these corners, that warps us right outside the save room. Alright, back to that teleporter once again. Hopefully we don't need to keep coming here. I don't know how many ways that last branch of the hallway branches. Let's try that. I feel like I don't use Yuka's offensive abilities enough. Yeah, it's reasonable damage. It's enough to finish them off anyway. Of course, the reason I don't use Yuka's offensive abilities is partly so I have MP to heal with. Set of gluttony. 3, 4, 5, and dodge. Random gaze, no effect. Yuka gains level, some health and mana. The mana is much appreciated. Lots of defense, not a lot of speed or attack. Lots of spirit, moderate luck. That is a typical Yuka level. Fire takes them out pretty easily. And we have dodging. Kinda wish they wouldn't. Okay, so we're back here. We have this southern path to explore now. And this also spins around. Okay, let's start this way. Okay, yeah, that would be back into the center. which we would not be able to get out of. And would have to go all the way back to the warp out here just to keep looking around. Alright, we're getting a bit of the... Okay, that's a one-way wall. Yeah, these are both one-way walls going east. Alright. Ginormous blobs. I think they were resistant to martial arts and neutral to everything else. So Nyal's special attacks are useless. But her normal attacks are just normal damage. Yeah, they're also incredibly slow. Forgot about that. MP Drain, very powerful attacks. Should really be healing Yaw. There we go. Yeah, that's ridiculous damage. $35,000 experience and no money. Not that there's much to spend it on at this point, but if I ever need to go for resupply. One of these. Let's try Poison Tail. That'll do. Single target, but it hits hard. A bunch of magicians. Is that enough? Yes, it is. Good. Alright. That's them dealt with. Treasure chests with the Unbreakable Sword Durandal. That sounds like a two-handed weapon. Might be one-handed. It is one-handed. Let's see. Puya, Nyal, and Rhyme can use this. 100 attack and immunity to sealing. Petrify is completely different. So that would slow her down a bit, but it's a decent attack boost. Let's get Korona at full health just in case. Okay, that room is fully explored. Yep, that works. As long as there's only one of them. Okay, so I can keep coming here. And this looks like a dead end. Okay, so to get out, I need to keep going through the one-way wall. And that's why there's this little indentation here. feel like nuking them. So nuked is what they shall get. Back here again. I think I explored everything over here. Yep. Unless there's another secret door. Which... I should probably not bother looking for secret doors unless I have reason to believe there's no other way into an area. Okay, so there's something over there. And there was a one-way wall there. Right on the edge of the map, just to be... This is showing us a wall on the map, so that's probably also one way. Alright, so if I go any further that way, I'll be back in the central part, so let's not do that. Yeah, we are in the... Okay, no, that's not a one-way wall, that's not a wall at all. Yeah, we're in the bottom left quadrant. Okay, this looks not unusual. Poison about me. That should take out the evil eyes so that normal attacks can take those out. And there we go. Okay, so there's that exit to the bottom left also. But for now I'm just picking a direction and going. If I go that way, I'll be in the central region again. So we will not do that. We're gonna level up. That'll do. Yeah, at any point going to the right will... Up, and that's also a one-way wall. But if I come back over here, I can come back down. And... across here. Okay, so that area, the big box on the map, looks all kinds of suspicious. So we will be checking for secret doors. Let's have to know I'll take out one of these to start with. It's probably in the middle of one of the walls. Unless you have to get in by teleporting, which is always a possibility. Oh, Noel actually didn't one-shot it. Huh. Yeah, that's solid all the way around. Okay, so there must be another way in. 'Cause I can't imagine they'd leave that much of the map unused. Okay, going all out offensive on them worked. Wait, is this where I could have gotten to from the door maze? Because if so, that feels like that's the better way to get here. Okay, so I might not need to use that northeast teleporter again. Yeah, because this is where you got from the southeast teleporter. And I had explored this area, but then got killed, and of course that loses your map progress. Okay, we're just about out of MP, so I think I'll warp back to the save point. Heal up. The attack did not hit. Okay, that's a paralyze. In addition to damage. And the reflected damage finished it off. Now gained a level. Okay, so heal the paralyze, just in case. Use Mercury Drive to go back to the stairs, which are conveniently right next to the save point. Now I just need to remember how to get to the southeast door. Okay, I need to get in from the left. I'll disarm the trap. Oh, no, there's a hidden door here. And it's a box over here. Yeah, so this just warps us straight to this room. With much less trouble than going through the northeast side. And the one that was damaged dodged. But at least the magicians are dealt with. Random gaze fail. Okay. Apparently they just do nothing sometimes. Random gaze on Noelle is useless because Noelle is using that special armor that makes you immune to all status effects. And we got a turtle pizza. More giant blobs, let's just throw everything we've got at them. And that did its work. Actually, there are probably monsters forced encounters all through here too. But it's still closer than the other teleport, so probably still the better option. Okay, that gets us out here. Okay, she can't use... Oh, she could use skills on it, but they're all martial arts, so they're not going to work well. Yeah, and those have an MP damaging attack, which I don't like. And yeah, the other door would have gone down to the south exit, which you can't... Well, you can use it, but it just teleports you away, so it's not useful. Alright, so we have this area to explore. 2 of these. They have their fire breath. One of them dodged. Okay, there we go. I will heal y'all. And another one on everyone for good measure. Let's take this hallway first. Do the right hand rule. Okay, this won't go into the middle because we're out on the outskirts. Lots of Bale cosplays. Let's send a gluttony the group. A lot of them. Yeah, the group has a specific meaning. Sin of Gluttony hits all enemies, not just one group. And at this point, it's just mopping them up. And there we go. Okay, we are actually going somewhere. I was worried for a bit that maybe it was looping around. Okay, not a passage there. That's why that was explored already. It's right next to the center part. So if I go north from here... Okay. Angel Halo. Hilo? It's written Hilo, but... We're still missing one headgear, but this... A Korona Nuka Nyal Belith, 15 defense, immune to petrify and fainting. Angel's patronage wards off death. Alright, so... That won't be as good as this, stat-wise. A little more defense for Yuka, but also less spirit. I think the spirit's more important. Plus she has a ton of defense already. Y'all though, y'all can use this. Also, she doesn't need the rabbit's foot anymore because I was using that for the death immunity. What else could I give her that's useful? How about some defense and speed? Okay. Let's double back here, check another branch. Y'all's confused. Yeah, they can do that. You go gained awful. Again, lots of defense. Very good attack and speed. Alright, we have another fork in the road. Let's just attack for a bit, absorb some MP. And the reflected damage finished it off. This is looking a lot like the other passage did. And we have a lot of dodging. I suspect what's happening with the evil eyes is they don't have an attack that does a random status effect. They have multiple attacks that do different status effects that they pick from at random. Yeah, so these are just two hallways that run parallel to each other, and... Okay, that teleported me all the way over here, wherever all the way over here is. So that will be a spot to remember for later. That works. Actually, if this is outside the... I was thinking I could get to that treasure chest that we saw earlier. And we can. Y'all just on the draft, we got an evil rod. That sounds like a magician's weapon. Oh, there it is. Evil rod. 50 attack, 20 spirit, 40 MP. For Y'all, Belzebuth, Rhyme, Crom, and Levia. So pretty much useless for Y'all because she doesn't really have magic attacks. Sounds good for Belzebuth. Potentially good for Rhyme depending on how you're playing her. Because she does have magic attacks and healing. Very good for Levia because she has powerful magic but low actual stats. So any increase to spirit is multiplied significantly. I meant to turn around instead of going forward. Oh, let's just fill out that last bit of the map. Yeah, in here. But if I go through that door, I'll step onto that spot, which warps you back to the middle of this, and that's not helpful. But I think for now I'll warp back to the save point and call it a day. We've made some good exploration progress, we've broken another crystal, we've gotten some neat treasures. Let's save and recheck the monster dictionary. Bestiary. So, Evil Eyes, we've seen both the drops, Turtle Pizza and Dynamite. Rosa Aranes, we have not seen the rare drops, the common ones was a Rosary, which boosted Spirit, I think. The Dragon has dropped Dragon Mail, but not the rare drop, which again I think that's Njaal's best weapon. A Magician has dropped a Barrier Shield, but not the supposedly common drop. Veil Cosplay has dropped a Hand Grenade, but not the rare drop. The Burning Legion of Insects, literal translation, has not dropped anything yet. How was it? I think these are from a book called Hephaestus Plague that was then adapted into a movie that has a very bland name. I think it was just like Bug or something like that. Like, why would you take an interesting name like Hephaestus Plague and then just be like, Bug? Okay, haven't dropped any drops from these yet. They're resistant to martial arts, so Njaal's skills are largely useless, and Noelle's Poison Tail also counts as martial arts, so that doesn't work, but Tempest is good, True Current of Respirado is good, Yuka's double slash thing is good. And these guys also have not dropped anything. Yeah, we're fleshing out the map reasonably well. So we know this path here goes out to what looks like a dead end, but that actually warps you somewhere else, which looks like it's necessary for more exploration. This room doesn't seem to have an entrance, so there's probably a teleporter somewhere else. And yeah. For now, this has been Arafel playing Magical Bringer Korona the movie bonus game post-game. If you want to check out everything to this point, that's in the archives. The post-game has been streaming. The main game was not streaming. At some point I need to check what YouTube actually calls them. I think one is live and the other is just videos. Anyway, feel free to check out the archives. Come back next week, same time for more of this. Yeah. Got other games and tips and stuff too. Mostly Zelda, some miscellany, currently playing Brain World, which is being posted Mondays and Thursdays. Suckcat is fun, but the game is not a friendly world. Luckily, death is a slap on the wrist. Anyway, enjoy your weekend. Happy Memorial Day to those who celebrate,